It's the largest Sacco in Kenya by asset size. And while Mwalimu National DT Sacco started off as a Sacco admitting teachers, membership is now open to everyone. This week, we speak to the National Vice Chairperson, Grace Otom, on its 50 years of heritage and financial empowerment. This is She Means Business. I am your host, Claire Munde. Hi, Grace.
Hi, Claire. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Welcome to She Means Business.
Thank you for the invite.
Yes.
Yeah.
So today we just want to have a conversation around financial empowerment for women. Mm-hmm. And you know, yours is a story of resilience. Yeah. I'd like you to tell us what your background has been like, because you have risen the ranks. Mm-hmm. You are a senior principal, and you are the national vice chair of the biggest Sacco in Kenya. That is Mwalimu National DT Sacco. Yeah. So tell us, what has your journey been? Mm-hmm. How did you get into the teaching profession? And then how did you get to levels where you're a director of such a big board?
As a young girl, my mom was a teacher. And as a teacher, there are those days that, you know, you hang around and wait for her because classes would end pretty early. So I would go into her class and steal some pieces of chalk. So whenever I go back home in the evening, I would kind of assemble children, and then would write on the walls. So that time imitating, you know, my mom, now I'm the teacher. So every evening my dad would say, this child is going to be a teacher. You are going to be a teacher. And I think it got into me. So of course I went through school, and when I got to A-level, we were taking our A-level, that time I was in highway. And I remember my dad saying, I think I want you to be a teacher. So it stuck into me, I want to be a teacher. So I went to KU for my ordinary degree, and I specialized in English and literature. Then I found myself there as a teacher. My first posting was in Udhiru High School. So I taught there, then I was like, no, I have to go back to Nairobi. So I came back to Nairobi, I landed at Jamhuri High School. Through that, I've been teaching for those many years. One key thing that I noted was, as you've said, the resilience, the love for the profession. I really love teaching because I've gone through this process, and at one point, some friends influenced me, why don't we quit teaching? But I actually went back to class. I did my postgraduate in communication in Nairobi University. But when I went for my attachment at Family Planning Association of Kenya, I still found myself coming back to teaching. When it was over, I was like, I don't think I like this kind of job. I think I want to go back. So when my study leave was over, I went back. So now I found myself now in the Komarok School because I couldn't go back to Jamhuri. Now, when I went there, I have some liking for drama, theater arts. So I went to a school whereby, you know, there was shortage of resources. But I insisted that, you know, I have to be in this drama, I have to train the children. So imagine I used to write my own pieces. I would write my own pieces, I would bring my children's clothes and give the students as costumes because the school could not afford it. Then I could even steal my husband's clothes to bring to the boys. It was a mixed school. I remember one time I even brought the hat and a half coat, you know, and the tie, and they disappeared with them. They disappeared with them. Then I had this nice friend who was a colleague, Mr. Mburu. So I have the costume, but now I have to transport the children to the venue. I remember this particular time, 2010, we were going to Lenana, because I had gone through this competition at the zonal level and won. Then now we have to move to the next level. I had to buy the girls a dress. Now we couldn't go in the same one. So I had to buy them. So the principal was like, she has never seen that kind of resilience, determination. So she opted to support us. But now she was like, how am I going to carry 5 kids in a whole minibus, in a whole what? Mr. Mburu offered to carry the backdrops on top of his vehicle. I remember we had just tied them down, some Nissan Sunny there, and we journeyed to Lenana High. Trust me, we went there and performed, and we were #1.
Wow.
You know, my own script, my own training, my own what. So that is what actually propelled me to the next level. Because I remember the nationals were at Kakamega, and we went to Kakamega, and this piece, actually this was that period when there was a lot of alcoholism in central Kenya. And so drama is about reliving life experiences. So the themes we are supposed to come up with are the contemporary ones. So that particular time, because there was alcoholism, that's the theme I picked. Then I remembered as a young girl, Mom would quarrel us over very small things. So I picked this character and named her Paulina. Paulina is my mom. So this character, I'm assuming my mom is a drunk, coming home, I'm a small girl, and we come back home from school, there's no parent at home, there's no food. Then she comes staggering and starts quarreling us. That was the masterpiece of that time, The Soul of Us. And I picked a very experienced girl, and she just gave it her best. So when I came back, I remember schools had closed, and when we opened, my letter was there. Promotion as a deputy principal. So I landed in Pumwani Girls as a deputy principal. So in Pumwani, I gave it my best. Personally, I have one thing that I love. When I choose to do something, I'll give it my best. Things that I don't like, I'll not even try. That is now grace. What I don't like, I don't give it a try. So I gave it my best. I was a deputy. As a deputy, you know, we are teased that you're the donkey of the school, yeah? So that time I used to reside in Otawala. You can imagine the distance. But I used to be in school by 6:30. And that is a day school, you know. Our catchment area is Isili. So by the time the principal lands in school, the school is settled and everything. So I remember some colleagues saying, atachoka tu. Atachoka tu. But one thing I learned, unachoka if you're pretending. Unachoka if you're out to please. But you don't get tired when you're doing what you like. You know, it's about passion. So I gave it my best at that time. I was just doing my work, you know. To me, I knew I'm a deputy. Then I remember going for some capacity building, and we were being reminded about our roles. So I was just playing my role. 2 years down the line, I moved from Pumwani. I landed Highridge as a deputy principal. The deputy principal then was moved to another school in Roy, so I ended up in Highridge. Imagine, I was in Highridge in 2014 as a deputy. I did my best. It was a mixed school. Together with the principal, we did so much, and we improved the school. And the principal was retiring the next year. Do you know Lady Luck? I was promoted to be the principal, and I am the principal there to date. So I remembered, I was like, I think I've had enough of drama, because when I propelled myself through drama, I was also an official, Nairobi official of drama. Yeah. So through that, I was like, I think I've had my limit in drama. I want to change, you know. So I decided, so where do I go? So people were like, no, Grace, you can be a politician, you know. And I'm like, politics, that's not for me. Me, I'm a teacher, you know. So I was like, yeah, I can try Mwalimu. So I remember we used to be called, let's go for this campaign. I don't know what Mwalimu is about. I don't know what those votings are about. You know, I'm a young teacher. So we just used to go there. We are voting people. They are moving in. We are dancing there. You know, as a young teacher, you're so excited. So after I quit drama, I was like, why don't I join that Mwalimu thing? So I consulted a few of my friends, and they were like, actually, Grace, you can get into Mwalimu politics. You can. I think you have what it takes. And nikajijaza hapo, nikasema, bas, I'm going for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I consulted a few of my friends. They came up and really supported me well. Like the Kibra MP, Honorable Rero, he was a teacher that time. Jacinta Baraza, who is now a colleague principal. Sophie Makoba just retired. So they came up and they were like, hey, they gave me the strength, yeah? And they helped me mobilize teachers. Trust me, I joined the race. I was the best. Oh. I was the best. So that's how I came into Mwalimu now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm juggling between being a principal and the Mwalimu politics. So time came when now I had to move, because the climax of being a politician in the Sacco is to get to the board. So 6 years ago, I tried my luck in the board, and again, Lady Luck. I was there. I was elected. I sat as a member. Then when I served in my second term now, there was that, you know, as you grow now, there's the urge, and then people are like, you know, you can make this. So that is how now we went again, and I joined the executive, and I was elected as a Mwalimu National Vice Chair. Okay. And I'm so proud to serve as a member there.
Well, so that has been quite the journey of getting to where you are today. And I'd like us to speak a little bit more about this Mwalimu National DT Sacco. Yes. You know, when we hear about it, a lot of people think of it as a place for only teachers. You know, it's the biggest Sacco in Kenya.
Yeah.
But when we talk about financial empowerment, it's the largest when it comes to asset size. Speak to us a little bit about Mwalimu National DT Sacco. What has that journey been like, and what is the membership like? I'm a journalist. Can I join the Sacco? What is it looking like?
Yeah. Thank you, Claire. So Mwalimu, as you rightfully put it, is the largest Sacco. Largest in terms of asset base. Now we are boasting of about 66+ billion in terms of assets. In terms of membership, we started from a paltry 9 members at the TSC, that is down in 1974. Now we are talking of about over 126,000 and still growing. So we are very proud to be members of Mwalimu National DT Sacco, and we know we have competitors, but we keep telling people Mwalimu National ndio baba na mama, ndio baba na mama, because we know the journey we've come with our members. We started just as teachers, just like you rightfully put it. Actually, it started from the Secretariat at the Teacher Service Commission, and then now it, you know, it mutated into Mwalimu, into the Teachers Sacco. But we've realized that we must change because the society is changing. Many other Saccos have come up, you know. Then we've really had so many other breakaway Teachers Saccos, with the ones we call the district Saccos. So we decided that now it's important that we open our bond. And as we speak today, we've opened it to any member of the public who is salaried, working and salaried, and even those who are, there's some people who are on contract. If so long as you have a 3-year contract, we can have you as a member. And we've also, right now we talk of even our family members, so long as they're salaried, we can have them. Then we are also having members who are just patronizing our FOSA, yeah? So they can also come and join us. So basically now we are no longer the Mwalimu National Teachers Sacco, but now we are open to everyone else, everybody, but we still hold on to Mwalimu because it's a brand. So we are still Mwalimu National. Okay, deposit-taking Sacco.
Yeah, and I'd like us to break down as we talk about financial empowerment. You know, you talked of FOSA. There's FOSA, there's BOSA, yes. DT, deposit-taking. Sometimes people are like, what do all these things mean? Because if I'm thinking of joining a Sacco, I need to understand what is FOSA, what is BOSA. So tell us, Mwalimu National DT Sacco, what does that mean? It takes deposits, so that means I can deposit money. Speak a little bit more about that.
Okay, you know, Mwalimu National Sacco is a cooperative, yeah? So as a cooperative, you know, there's the issue of deposit taking, and we also sell money. Actually, in the business of selling money, yeah? So people have different needs. As a result of that, a member will come with an emergency. A member will come with a business idea that they want to be financed. So that's why now we have the different departments, yeah? So you find that, for example, when you join us as a new member, we have products that we can give a new member. We also have products that we can give the continuing members who maybe have different needs, you know. For instance, now to the youth, you know, they have different needs, yeah. Another one will come, I just want an immediate financing of a car. That's what they like most, eh? Yeah, so that one goes straight to BOSA. So FOSA is a front office, because today a cooperative can do all the things basically that a bank does. So people don't have to go to the bank. But the beauty with the Sacco is that you own every shilling that comes from your pocket. You have a way of getting it back through the dividends and rebates. So in the front office, we have some products that we only give through the front office. Yeah. So especially the advances. Maybe you have something pressing that does not require a lot of money. So you just walk into a branch, go to the front office, and you're served. Yeah, we have other products that we've come up with. We have so many products depending on your need. Eh? So you maybe if they're that urgent, we go to the front office. Then we have those that are pegged on your deposits, the ones that we call now the BOSA. So most of the time you want long-term loans, yeah? So we have the normal loans, we have the emergencies, we have school fees loans, you know, you have maybe want to buy the car and so on. So now we patronize the BOSA. Then at times you want to start up a business, or you're already in a business, or you want to even buy a house, you want, you know, those long-term things. So we have the business loan sections. So members are free to join whichever and patronize whichever department they would wish to.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Now I'd like us to talk about Saccos, because there are people who have different schools of thought. There are people like, they use merry-go-rounds and they think I'm actually doing something good for myself.
Yes.
But why would a woman in business, you talked about, you know, when you were having your journey as a teacher, you didn't have the money to take the children for the finals and all that.
Yes.
So there's a woman who has a business and she's thinking, you know what, I don't have funds, but I have my merry-go-round. It's been working, so to speak. But why is it important to join a Sacco, for example, and a Sacco that has a good asset size? Because Mwalimu National DT Sacco has a good asset size.
Yes.
Sometimes people join Saccos and they don't even have a clue about the background. Is it going to be there for the long haul? So speak to us about those two things. Why join a Sacco and why the asset size for Mwalimu National DT Sacco sells it?
Thank you. Mwalimu, like I said, is a very stable Sacco. One, I've just given you the numbers in terms of the asset base and in terms of our numbers. Mwalimu has been there for all that period. So what that tells you is that there's stability, there's sustainability. So we have joined chamas before as young mothers. We have. There's that element of you're not sure whether your money will be there tomorrow. You're not sure whether you can get the amount of money you want. And then, you know, we are women, and women, we are known for talking. Today, Grace goes and gets some money in the merry-go-round. It's a story among the women. But in Mwalimu now, that is your money. Nivilome, you've brought it in bits, yeah? So there's that stability, there's that security, there's also that privacy, so to speak. And then, depending on what you want, nobody has to know where my source. It is my money. So we go to Mwalimu because we know my money is secure. Yeah, it doesn't matter how long it takes. It's not about, like we've seen, I'm sorry to say, but most of the chamas that we've had, you'll get that maybe you are not able to pay back your money. What do the women do? They'll come and even carry this seat of mine and go with it. I've heard of cases where they even come and approve the door, you know, things like that. Or they bring, I don't know who to come and, you know, harass you. But you see now when you join a Sacco, there's that security because you can always negotiate. We have something we call restructuring, that maybe I'm facing a certain situation where I'm not able to pay back on time. I just go and see the people in the branch and talk to the manager, and they restructure my loan. So I'm saved from that public embarrassment. You get? Yeah. Two, in the Sacco, we don't have those hidden charges. We don't have, because you're told clearly, you're picking this loan, it's on a reducing balance, yeah, and this is the rate, and it sticks there. So we don't have those push and pull like you told me, it was this, you told me, no. It's on white, black and white, and you know, by the time you're getting into it, you can almost calculate your loan yourself. If you go today to our website, you'll find even the calculator for loan calculation. So it's very easy for you to even follow what it is about. Three, you know, there's that latitude whereby today I want this. Maybe I just wanted, you know, women, we love to furnish our homes. I want this. I get to Mwalimu, pick that loan, furnish my home. Tomorrow, it's my child who wants to go to school. The fact that I have this other loan does not stop me from picking the other. So that is also that freedom of operation also assists us so much. So we've seen people being empowered. That's why I began by saying Mwalimu National Sacco ni baba na mama, because it really empowers you. Today, you look at the teachers, they are not the caliber of teachers that we had before. You look at the women, you know, we were known, you know, it has given us that, I don't know what to call it, that freedom, financial freedom, yeah? The women are empowered. Today, you go to schools, you'll find women driving, not because their husbands bought them the vehicles, but we tell them, get into Mwalimu. And the most welcoming news is that today you get to Mwalimu, apply for your loan. By close of business, you have it. It's that fast. Because we've tried to make it as fast, as more competitive as possible. When you look at our rates, they're very competitive and on reducing balance. So what does that mean? That even that mama who would want to start a business is free to pick whatever amount she wants because it's flexible and she can be able to repay. Yeah, and you can also discuss your payment period. Okay.
Now you mentioned about you can go to the website and you can use the loan calculator, and you said people have changed. These days people want convenience. So I'd like you to talk about the digital aspect of Mwalimu National DT Sacco.
Yes.
People want to be able to go to their phone. If I want that loan, I don't have to go to a physical branch and so on and so forth. So how has the Sacco evolved to make sure that they are answering the needs of the digital group?
Thank you. like we've said, you know, we are the leading Sacco, so we must lead by example, yeah? So Mwalimu, we've, from our past, we've always relied on our traditional membership, and these ones really value the brick and mortar. That until she goes to that bank physically, you know, and talks to the teller and gets her money, that's the surety she gets with her money. But now we've realized that we are changing, and we must also evolve. So as a result of that, we have our digital platforms that now we want to bring convenience, accessibility and convenience to our members. That I don't have to leave this house today to go to town, Upper Hill or Tomboya to get my money. So all I have to do, we've introduced quite a number of channels through which our members can access the money and all the other services. So like now we have the member portal, which they can use to answer all the queries that they might want. You want to follow up on your loans and so on, you just click there and you get it. You don't have to go there, fill papers and things like that. Two, if I want to have my money now, I just go to mHela or I use the USSD and I get my money from here and I sort myself. So we've brought convenience, we've brought accessibility to our members because we've realized that people must change and we're changing with the times.
Yeah. And let's talk a little bit more about these loans, yeah? The convenience is really good, but then sometimes people get scared. Will I be able to repay a loan? You talked about someone coming and uprooting a door and your furniture. Why is it better to be in a Sacco than taking a bank loan? So the loan.
Yes.
I have an issue. I can't pay this month. How does that work out?
Thank you. That's where the difference comes between a bank and Mwalimu National Sacco. Because when you go to get a loan today in a bank, you know, there are so many nitty-gritties. Sijui insurance, sijui lawyer, sijui who. So all these come to add to the sum total of your loan, which at times we are not told. So you will hear people complaining, I picked a loan, haisongi. This loan is still the same. Because of the way they calculate, they pick all these other nitty-gritties of the insurance and what, and heap it on your loan, and then they recover their loan first before these interests. So even if I repay today, I'll have paid the total interest. If, for example, I was picking a loan for 5 years, they calculate the interest and add it, lump it to your loan. But in the Sacco, what we do, you see, like, for example, if I take 10,000, that is my principal. So I'm told you'll pay at a reducing balance. The rate is 1%. You can almost calculate it yourself. So it's as open as that. So you'll know. You can almost tell that my loan in Aisha next year, this month. You know. Because there's no hidden charges. There's nothing. And the other beauty is that all this money that you're bringing here will come back to you. Yeah? Come the following year, January, we call you back and say, hey, this is the accrued interest from everybody else. We are sharing it out. And you get it back in terms of rebates and dividends.
Okay, now I want us to talk a little bit about safety before we go to the other products that Mwalimu National DT Sacco offers. You know, people, you're saving, you're putting your money in the Sacco, you have check off every month, and then you're wondering, how safe are my funds? So this is the biggest Sacco, but I'd like you to speak to the people who are watching right now. We've had incidences all over the news of people losing money and so on and so forth. What surety does someone have when they're putting their money in that Sacco that if I need some money at a point, I'll be able to access it?
Thank you. The first surety is the numbers. The kind of membership that we have, that tells you that there's no way Mwalimu can go under. And we're still in the process of recruiting more and more people. Secondly, the governance system. Remember, we are a regulated entity through SASRA. So now that we're regulated, we cannot just play some monkey games on members' funds. And our number one policy is service to members. We have that fiduciary responsibility to our members, that this member has entrusted us with their funds, so we must safeguard these funds. And as an individual also, there's no way you'd want to leave a legacy whereby everybody's saying, Grace ran away with our money. So as a board of Mwalimu, that is one thing that drives us, that we must protect the interests of the member. And whatever we do, we might have some mistakes here and there, but we come back and say, no, this is not good for a member. So we have our monthly meetings where we interrogate, are we in business? Are we doing it well? And if we are not, then, and even the regulator is there hawk-eyed checking, where is the member in all these plans that you're having? So that is a surety that members are safe. And the fact that most of the leadership comes from the members themselves is a surety enough. Because as a teacher, they're like, If this Sacco was going under, then grace cannot be there. And that's one selling point that I keep telling them in our trail, campaign trails. We tell them, you know, when you see me run away, know that Mwalimu is no more. So long as we are there. So there's that comfort, and they know that, you know, at times it's about personal responsibility, that you know that members have entrusted you with this responsibility and you have to deliver. So their funds is our number one responsibility, and we ensure that they are protected. And the only other way, I keep telling them, if you want to prove that your money is safe, come and ask for that money today. You will surely get it. And I give them another litmus test. If someone tells you that your money is safe, always ensure that you have a loan much more than your shares in the Sacco. So that you should even be praying that it collapses.
Oh my goodness.
Actually be praying then.
More than your savings.
More than your savings.
So, you're
Let
good.
it collapse. You're good.
I like that.
Yeah. So that's. I don't think there is anything more comforting than that.
Yeah.
When I know my savings are only 200,000 and I owe Mwalimu 2 million, so.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that is another thing that gives them that comfort and security that no.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I'd like us to talk a little bit more about the products that Mwalimu National DT Sacco offers. You know, sometimes we join, whether it's a Sacco, whether it's a board or whatever, and we are not maximizing on the benefits.
Yes.
So you just signed up for the Sacco and you just think that the loan is the only thing that you can, that's on offer. What are some of the key products that Mwalimu National DT Sacco offers that sets it apart from others and that people should think of making use of?
Okay, so like I say, Mwalimu National Sacco is a one-stop shop. So depending on your need, and we have different needs, like we said. For instance, you can join us today and you're saying, there's something pressing that I want to do. Yeah. So you're like, can I get some money to do this? As simple as even just a wedding. Yeah, we'll give you money instantly, and you're a new member. Okay, we have the Wezesha. We have what we call Karibu loan for new teachers. You see, they join today. Mwalimu wana hata nyumba. They don't even have proper attire for going to class. You know, so long as you join us, you apply. When the moment you start contributing, we give you that loan. You can go sort your issues and come back. Right now, we've introduced a new one called Jawabu. You know, we've had quite a number of instances where members are complaining, oh, guarantors have taken off, somebody has taken off, you're left now paying for them. So we introduced Jawabu, where you don't need those guarantors. We just looked for a way in which we can ring fence that money to protect it. But now you don't have to go to everybody so they know, hey, Claire alikopa pesa jana Mwalimu.
Yeah.
And you know, today you come, I sign for you, I know kona pesa. So in the evening, I'm giving you a call. Hey, Claire, bara niko chini, you see? So there's no way you'll say no. So there's also that security and privacy, you know? So now we've introduced Jawabu, and members have really taken to it. That one is a killer because people are actually flocking to take it. Why? There are no guarantors. Yeah. So it's only, we've only looked for a way through insurances and things to safeguard that money. So that's a thing that has really set us apart from other cooperatives.
Okay, I like that idea of your privacy. You people don't know you owe this much and so on and so forth. Now, as we continue to talk about financial empowerment, I think I'd like you to give some tips for people who are now like, okay, I'm hearing this conversation, probably I need to join this Sacco. What are some of the tips that people should have in mind before joining a Sacco to get the most out of their experience?
Yeah, thank you. Like we've said, now we have so many Saccos. You know, it's like vegetables in the market. But now you have to find out what stands out. And today we are lucky that we are dealing with the leads. Yeah, and we have so many sources of information. If you just go Google, you'll find Mwalimu still the best Sacco. Not only in Kenya, but not only in East Africa, not in Africa. Also in the world, we are, I think, number 6 or 7. So that tells you that you're secure, that you're joining the right thing. So before you join a Sacco, kindly do a background check. We've had Saccos that will come and lure you with those high interests, the returns, yeah? The rebates and dividend. So they come and say, we've given 20%. You should be asking yourself, where is that 20% coming from? We've seen those Saccos that are not named going down because you can't survive. because these rebates and dividends come from the interests that members contribute through the loans that we pick. So as a member, when you're coming in, you know what exactly you want. I know people will say, oh, now we have so many other sources of funds, yeah, the money markets and what. But I want to tell our listeners that, and our viewers, that Saccos still remain the best. And not any Sacco, Mwalimu National Deposit Taking Sacco. Because of, like I've said earlier, the stability, the security, accessibility. We are all over this country. All over. So it doesn't matter where you are. Hata ukiwa kule ndani, utapata Mwalimu. Now we've introduced the satellites. So you don't have to go to the main branches. We have satellites where we were feeling that the area is expansive. We have the digital platforms, like we've said. So these are some of the things that you interrogate before joining. Then who are these? Who are the members of this? You know, at times that one also defines. Yeah? And that's why we said, as much as we've opened our bond, we are still holding on to our tag, Mwalimu National DT Sacco.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as we wrap up the conversation, I'd like you to look into the camera and speak to our viewers. And that woman who is starting a business and is trying to figure out, you know what, probably I don't have enough money. How can I survive? What tip would you give her on how to make the most out of her business using a Sacco so that she can get from here to there?
Thank you. To the women out there, I want to urge us today that we are no longer living in that period where we were dependent. Today we are empowered, and it's important that you be financially stable. The right place, join a Sacco, and for that matter, Mwalimu National. Like I've said, we've opened our bond. Even if you're a small-scale business person, you can patronize our FOSA branch, our FOSA departments, and you'll be able to finance your business. Secondly, we are running our chama accounts. So if you have members, 2 or 3 or 5, you come together, register as members, and you can be bringing your proceeds to Mwalimu Sacco. We'll always support you to improve your business. So it's that important. Whatever it is, whatever your financial challenges are, just come and speak to us, and we'll be able to sort you. And it doesn't matter where you are. Like I've said, we have our branches all over. We'll be able to reach you, and we'll be able to guide you. We also have our financial literacy classes that we offer online and also physical. So we'll be able to help you to improve on whatever it is that you're running. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We've been speaking to Grace Otom, who is the National Vice Chair of Mwalimu National DT Sacco. And as she said, financial literacy is very important for women and men, and there is support out there. You can join a Sacco and you stand to benefit in very many ways. This has been She Means Business. I have been your host, Claire Munde. Until next time, have a good one.